Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Just getting back into the fish room after our little visit to Elmers Aquarium. If you've not already checked that out, I'll leave a link up above, top right of the screen now, and you can check that out. Kittens are all doing well, plodding along nicely, look to be growing, and as you've probably seen on my community tab, we're keeping one of them, which is Marvin. So, got some fish at Elmers Aquarium. We're going to acclimate them, get in the tank, and I'm also going to show you this tank. So, put them in a bucket, and then we get in this airline tubing. We're going to tie a knot in it, kind of similar to a knot, and take water from the tank to the bucket and slowly acclimate them over the course of about half an hour, 45 minutes. And that's pretty much the drip frequency that you're going to want. And I would strongly advise using this technique, especially when you get local fish. Of course, if you're receiving shipped fish, totally different method, as you want to get them out of the bag and out of that water as quickly as you can. But if you're getting local fish from stores or hobbyists like I have done today, then you should be golden. So after about 45 minutes, the fish are ready to go into the tank, and we happened to get 10 Neon Tetra. There were 10 Neon Tetra for $20 at the store, which were absolutely awesome. And that was in addition to the 3 that we already had. So we've now got 13 in this 20 gallon, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. We're going to give them a little bit of time just to settle in. Once they've settled in, we'll take a look at the tank and how it was about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and then I'll show you the tank of what it's like now. I were at first going to have it kind of like an irigumi, so low growing plants, but I'm going to have the plants at the right side now, which is a boatload of Rotalla, and I'm probably going to get some Rotalla hairgrass as well and bring that up from the back and have it come really, really high. So that's how the tank's looking now. And as you can see, the Neon Tetra are looking right at home. This tank right now is just being filtered by an AquaClear 50. Hopefully get a canister filter at some point. An AquaTop heater that's keeping it around 78, 79 degrees. And then we've got a bubble counter and CO2 diffuser / kit on the underside of the cabinet. So that's how this tank looked about 2 weeks ago. I was really, really happy with it, but having seen the growth of the Rotalla, I think it would look pretty cool with this tank to have it kind of sloping from where the crypts are and where the valleys all the way up to the top of the tank. So that's what we've been focusing on the last few weeks. So let's take a look at what it's looking like now, and you'll also notice a few other things in there that I've added. And one of them I am particularly excited about. I think it's absolutely awesome. So this is how the tank's looking now. As you can probably tell, we have got the added benefit of the CO2, and that's helping the plants grow really, really quickly, especially the Rotalla in the back. So we're trying to bring that slope up and gain it all to the right side. And it's growing pretty good. I'm just going to need to keep trimming it back and replanting just so it grows nice and thick as it's looking at the bottom. Once that happens, this tank will be pretty much done. I'm going to get some Rotalla hairgrass, as I mentioned before, but right now they're stocking in the tank. We've got 1 Otto Sinkless. We're going to get a few more of them just so we can have some buddies. As well as the Otto, we've got 2 or 3 Amano shrimp, and they just do really, really good at grazing on the rocks and the plants. And they're also pretty cool just to look and see what they're up to. Every now and again you see one of them swimming or crawling or whatever they do through the water, which is pretty neat. As well as the shrimp, we've then got 4 nearite snails. I think we've got 2 olive nearite snails and then 2 other fancier ones, and this is one of them. And these just do really good at taking algae off rocks and stuff like that. Ever since I added them at the same time as the Neon Tetras, the algae on some of the rocks has totally gone, and they've really, really helped just clean up the tank and make it look a little bit more professional. We've then of course got all 13 of the Neon Tetras, and these guys just look absolutely awesome. The red and blue really contrast against the green, and they stand out like a sore thumb, which I absolutely love. They also don't get too big, so in terms of the scale of the tank, we don't lose too much there, which I'm really happy about. So that's the 13 Neon Tetras. And then the new guy that we've got is actually a Threadfin Rainbowfish, and he is absolutely awesome. You'll see him in a second when we feed the tank. Really, really elongated finnage. He's got some yellow in him, he's got some red in him, And overall, he's just going to be an awesome addition. I may get him a few females at some point, but over the past 2 weeks, he seems to be doing brilliantly by himself, and he's been flexing at the neons and stuff, and that is a truly awesome sight. So I'm sure I'll get some footage of that at some point. That's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think to this tank. Let me know what you think to the plans that we've got for the shaping of the stems at the back, and what you think this tank may look like. I'm really, really excited about it, especially once I get some Rotalla hairgrass for the back. I think it's going to look awesome, and just add a little bit of red to the plants. That's all for today's video, guys. I'll be back next week with a look at the 125 gallon. We're just going to do some feeding in there, and then we're going to clean a canister filter as well the next week. So plenty of videos coming. Be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like on this one if you haven't already and you've watched until this point. Likes obviously help my videos. Want to get this channel to 5K before Christmas or New Year. That's the aim. So if you could help me with that, that would be awesome. That's all for now. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.